Happy Eid al-Adha, Eid al-Mubarak to all Muslims. Oh wow, what a beautiful weather today, and I'm so happy to be here. But anyway, before I dive into that celebration thing, let me introduce the people I have here with me in the studio. Now you're listening to the voice of the people 90.3 FM. As always, my name is Amina Jalabi, and I have here with me Faithfulness. Okay, we are both going to be holding it down from now till the hour of 6 o'clock. And I have here with me Peter Anosike, a political analyst, who will be giving us deep insight analysis of what we'll be discussing today right here on the recap. And what is the recap all about? The recap here, we take some of the stories that have made headlines during the week, and it's a way of keeping you updated with the news. Now let's get right straight into the headlines, but before we do that, Faithfulness and Peter Anosike, let's the listeners hear your voice.
Good evening, Nigeria. You're welcome to Saturday Recap. It's another wonderful day to discuss hot stories.
Okay, Anosike, we're here. We're ready for it. So much hot stories to talk about this Saturday.
Well, I can say that I'm happy to be here.
Okay. Let's get right into the stories we'll be talking about rather. First, unedited headlines, like I used to say, so you can dissect and help understand the story better. First, the APC hits back at Amechi, Atiku, El-Rufai over poverty claims, labels them displaced rent seekers. Wow. And now the second one is, if you want re-election, tackle insecurity, hardship facing Nigerians, Tinubu was told. And the third one is INEC Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu, Tinubu blocking opposition from registering new parties, revealed by Amechi. 2 years of Tinubu, no gains, but more suffering and hardship. That's by NLC, the Nigerian Labour Congress. The next is INEC Chairman Mahmoud. Okay, I've taken that. The last but not the least, 2027 will be referendum on APC's failure. That's by the PDP. And now let's get right into the details. A short, brief story of the first one, which says APC eats back at Amechi, Atiku, El-Rufai over poverty claims, labels them displaced rent seekers. Now, the All Progressive Congress, APC, on Monday described as baseless the allegation that the government of President Tinubu was weaponizing poverty by not eradicating the scourge in 2 years. The party was reacting to the comment made during a public lecture held in Abuja on Saturday to mark the 60th birthday anniversary celebration of Rotimi Amechi, former governor of Rivers State and also the former minister of transportation. And according to APC, when Amechi declared that I am hungry, it must mean and must be understood to mean that he's hungry and desperate to return to his felt entitled dependency on state resources and patronage. And now, in the statement, Moka said the celebration the APC replied on a statement by the National Publicity Secretary, Felix Moka. He said the celebration quickly dissolved into an occasion for Amechi, Atiku Abubakar, and Nasir El-Rufai, which is the former governor of Kaduna State, and the former Minister of Federal Capital Territory, to showcase their frenzied desperation to grab power purely for their self-aggrandizement. And now, before I ask you a question, let's take a look at the achievement of Amechi in politics. He, as you like say, I'm going to round it up to 24 years in politics. He was the Minister of Transportation. He was also the governor of Rivers State. It was also President Muhammadu Buhari's. I forgot that, but I can't. calculation of the years he has spent in politics, about 26 years, and yet he says he's hungry for that position. And now the question is, why is he now? He's been hungry for years. He's been there for years. What is he hungry for, rather?
I'm not a fan of Rotimi Amechi. I'm not a fan of Rotimi Amechi. But when he said that he is hungry, he does not mean he himself does. This is a manner of speaking that Nigerians are hungry. Understand me? It's a manner of speaking that Nigerians are hungry, that this government is impoverishing Nigerians. He's not speaking that about himself. So for the positions that Amechi has held, quite all right. He has been holding political office for 24 years. Between 1999 to 2007, Amechi was the Speaker, River State House of Assembly, two-term Speaker. I was trying
to remember that.
From 2007 to 2015, he was the Governor of River State. And from 2015 to 2023, he was the Minister of Transport. So 24 years uninterrupted. So such a man cannot be hungry. That's speaking for himself. Understand? But this is just a way to let the APC government know that Nigerians are suffering. And for Moka that is attacking him, what is Moka's CV? Understand me? I went and read the Moka CV. I was highly disappointed. He has achieved nothing. Go to Google, go and type Phoenix Moka. He has achieved nothing. Understand me? When he began that to make noise, I asked myself, who is this hell? So I have to go and check his profile. Understand me? He is nobody. And it is just such empty entities that APC would always use. Understand me? It is such empty entities that APC would always use. So him countering that Tinubu is not weaponizing poverty. What is happening? A lot of Nigerians are going to bed without food. A lot of Nigerians are out of school because you have to even eat before sending your children to school. When Tinubu said that subsidy is gone, teachers, proprietors of school increased their school fees. Landlords increased their rent. Market men increased the price of their foodstuffs. So a lot of parents cannot even eat, let alone sending their children to school. Understand me?
Yes.
So what Amechi said is what every Nigerian knows, that Nigerians are hungry. So it is not a political statement. It's not a propaganda.
Now, looking at Amechi's profile, that now surrounding up to 24 years serving the country, do you think is the right president to lead, the right person rather to lead Nigeria in the next election, if he actually go for the presidency?
Did he say that he's going to lead Nigeria?
No, we're actually analyzing that. Look at his years of experiences, and he has assisted officers and is quite experienced. And do you think that if given him chance, he has all it takes?
That is not what I am talking. Understand me? That's not what I'm talking. If I have a chance, I wouldn't give it to Amechi. Understand me?
Why?
If I have a chance, I wouldn't give it
Why?
Amechi.
Why?
Understand? He will be as bad as Bonaventure Tinubu. He will be as bad as Muhammadu Buhari. All of them are of the same stock. Understand me? So, but that's not the issue as we speak. Saying that he's hungry, he did not say that he's hungry for power.
Okay.
Understand me? Okay. He didn't say he was speaking on behalf of the Nigerian masses.
Oh, okay.
Understand me? But these attacking dogs that Tinubu used to surround himself, when you cough, they will react. When you sneeze, they will react, because it is their pay packet that they are defending. They want to show Tinubu, yes, we are working. We are attacking them. Understand me? Even what they are supposed to pretend as if they did not see, they will make a mess, a nuisance of themselves.
Now, does that branding opposition voices like displaced rent seekers not stifle constructive criticism in a democracy, especially when millions of Nigeria are grappling with hunger?
Amechi and Moka, who is a displaced rent seeker. I have told you what Amechi has done over the years. What has Moka done? Understand me? I have told you what Amechi has done over the years. What has Moka done? Understand me? So for me, when somebody is like somebody in 3SC here, maybe a number of Aba talking down on somebody in Real Madrid. Understand me? They are not the same at all. Moka is a non-starter. Even from Ogwashuku, where he came from. Who is he in his town? What position has he occupied in his town?
But last week when we took his story, it sounded like he was a little bit on the edge when he doesn't really want to talk much. And this week, he's just bringing out a bombshell. Where is coming from?
He wants to show Tinubu that he is talking. He was appointed as an attack dog. Understand me? So his responsibility is always be backing. Understand? So that is what that's what they say. Empty drums make the most noise.
So let's go right into the second one. Now, if you want re-election, tackle insecurity, hardship facing Nigerians, Tinubu was told. And now the news says a former Secretary General of Anglican Communion Worldwide, Reverend Josiah Idowu, has asked President Bola Tinubu to address security and economic challenges facing Nigerians if he wants to seek re-election in 2027. Now, speaking on a Zoom interview with journalists in Kaduna, he lamented the unending security situation and the growing level of poverty among ordinary Nigerians. He said if Tinubu and the All Progressive Congress APC desire to return to Aso Rock come 2027, his administration should stop planning for 2027 and begin to ensure they govern and deliver on their reforms, provide Nigerians with power generation at affordable cost, and end to the killings all over the country and make every part of the country safe for movement of business. Now, according to him, Nigerians have been deceived and are being deceived by both the political, religious, and traditional leaders. He also cautioned Nigerians against playing religious politics, saying it is not good for the unity and progress of the country. And now he also, according to him as well, he said this failure quoted by him is a major reason for the dissonance among Nigerians and why there is no concerted effort to end the ugly situation. He said in a quote, "Are we fighting terrorists, bandits, kidnappers, or jihadists? Let the government, Nigeria, understand what our problem is. We will then study and jointly fight as Nigerians." Now, Idowu is a chairman of the Kaduna State Peace Commission. He said that the Nigerians are not united in fighting the crisis as a nation. The question is, How can President Tinubu justify seeking re-election in 2027 when insecurity, economic hardship, killings, banditry continue to devastate millions of Nigerians daily? And yet, I watched a video when he sat and he was so relaxed in his office, in his home in Lagos here, where he was watching how there was a celebration of people defecting to APC recently. And I'm like, okay, is it facing the problem right now?
Well, the secretary that you spoke about is not a politician. So you cannot say that he is a member of the opposition.
Okay.
But every Nigerian, every sincere Nigerian, I want to use that was sincere. Every sincere Nigerian know that the country has headed to the wrong direction. Every sincere Nigerians know that. And the problem that we are having is that we have a government in power that lacks capacity, number one, and has no goodwill to attend to the needs of the country. The government of Boname Tinubu has no capacity. That's number one. And when you don't have capacity, you cannot even move a pin from one point to the other. Then the goodwill is also not there. That is the problem that we have in the country, and that Tinubu is relaxed is because he knows that he has both INEC and judiciary in his pocket. Understand me? He knows that he has INEC and judiciary in his pocket, but those of us who we are fortunate to read Hadney Chase in the 80s. There's one of his series that he titled Soccer Punch. James Hadney Chase wrote that when somebody becomes overconfident, he will be hit with a soccer punch. Understand? So, and I'm seeing that soccer punch in 2027. I am seeing that soccer punch in 2027. So, let all the governors defect to APC. Let INEC defect to APC. Let judiciary defect to APC. Let DSS, Nigeria Police, Nigeria Army defect to APC. A soccer punch will come.
Sucker punch. Okay. Now the question is, let's take a look at the next question that I'm going to put to you. Now, why has the government failed to provide a clear, unified, and a national understanding, to address this Nigerian crisis? I read in one of the stories lately that somebody came out. I think he says, okay, there should be declared a state of emergency in Benue State regarding the killings and the banditry going on. And here, now looking at it, we are still battling with terrorist banditry and political sabotage here right now, and nothing is being done about it.
I say there's no capacity to do anything. APC restore power, understand me, for the sake of it, and then to share money. That's the only thing. They said that PDP has ruled for 16 years. Therefore, they must rule for 16 years. So their mission in power, one, they want power, not for the good of the people. Understand me? PDP has ruled, we must rule. Understand me? The interest of the people does not matter here, and then share money.
Now, is it not the same people that are just moving from one party and moving to another transition? It's like transiting from one party to another party. I mean, it's the same set of people, isn't it?
I say APC. I say APC.
Okay, let's go into the next question. And now, 2 years of Tinubu, no gains, but more suffering, hardship. NLC. The Nigerian Labour Congress has said that 2 years in President Tinubu's administration, Nigerian workers and the masses have experienced no gains, only pain and misery. In an appraisal of the administration's first 2 years, NLC President Joe Ajaero stated that there has been nothing to celebrate since the government came into power. And according to him, and I quote, when President Bola Tinubu took office on May 29, 2023, he promised a new dawn. Bold economic reforms that would rescue Nigeria from fiscal instability and set it on a path to prosperity. But 2 years later, the only thing bolder than his rhetoric is the magnitude of suffering and hardship his policies have inflicted on workers and ordinary Nigerians. And now, far from renewing hope, his administration has also recycled the same failed neoliberal experiment of the past, proving once again that you cannot cure a patient by prescribing the poison that made them sick in the first place. I love that quote. You cannot cure a patient by prescribing the poison that made them sick in the first place. Do you think that is what the presidency and the administration is doing?
Well, everything borders on capacity. Everything borders on capacity. When you don't have capacity, nothing works. So in the last 2 years, I have said on this program that when Tinubu came on board in 2023, fuel was 197 naira per liter.
Oh my, it was so sweet.
Understand me? So now it's over 800. Exchange rate was about 400 naira. Today it's over 1,500. Check how much a bag of rice was selling in 2023 and what it is selling now. So when NLC said that what Tinubu has achieved in 2 years is suffering.
Let's talk about NLC itself. Now, the Nigerian Labour Congress have come out to say that President Tinubu's 2 years is nothing to write home about. What role should have been played by the NLC, the Nigerian Labour Congress, on behalf of workers, on behalf of citizens in the country?
Excuse me, what happened in the end governance protest? What happened during that time? Some little children were arrested, understand, and charged for terrorism. So this is a government that don't allow protest. So even if NLC decided to protest today, they have mobilized security agencies against them.
But we have seen series of, we're going on strike. Strike could also have worked where NLC had gone on strike this from 2025 this year. I mean, they've said it rightly on the news about 2 to 3 times, and they keep calling off strike. So do you think that they could have had a better strategy to keep down the federal government?
Everywhere in the world, protest is one of the ways people get things done, understand me, everywhere in the world. But this government, because they are not doing well, they are jittery. Now, Pat Otomi has moved the motion for shadow government. DSS has taken them to court. You saw what Joe Ajaero went through.
Do you see I'm so sorry, you continue your statement. Do you see the latest news story that I read that 2 students of the OAU protested against Wike holding placards and DSS arrest them, although they were released? But and I read that story and I'm like, okay.
That's why I told you that DSS itself has defected to APC. Understand me? DSS themselves has also defected to APC. So whatever you do, that protest is civil everywhere in the world. It's one of your fundamental human rights. It's your own way of saying no. Understand? But this government, the only way people who don't win an election rule is by being a draconian. Exactly what is happening in Imo State now. Most of them never won any election in Imo. So the only way he can rule is by force. Understand me? That's the way people who don't win election rules. By force, militarize everything and everybody. So what NLC said is true. Tinubu's 2 years in office have been 2 years of misery, 2 years of suffering, 2 years of shedding tears, 2 years of children losing their fathers and mothers. Because a report has it that in Tinubu's 2 years, 10,217 people were murdered. That was before the issue of Benue and the Plateau. So imagine how many orphans that this government has produced in just 2 years. So for me, it is terrible, and there's no even any light at the end of the tunnel.
In his speech to the Eid al-Adha celebration, the Eid al-Mubarak celebrations to Muslim, he said something that it's only come out by bits. The results are coming out by bit, and now you listed with Nigeria now listed.
Can you give me one thing that has come out in bits?
Well,
and in the last 2 years, just mention one.
Well, according to what he said, and I'm quoting him, not me. I'm not judging what he said. Now, with Nigerians,
I judge from the street. Understand me? When you tell me something, I look at the life of the people on the street, not those inside air condition, those on the street. Is there any program or any policy that Tinubu has that has impacted positively on the life of Nigerians on the street?
Do you think that we actually have a calculated information of things that are going on within the millions of people that that are not literate enough, or the millions of poverty-driven Nigerians? Do you think that they have a figure, or Tinubu can actually hear them directly, or maybe there's a kind of blockage? I'm assuming that he doesn't know that Nigerians are suffering, because just watching the news and looking at him, that is a person personally that watches the news, that monitors the news. Do you think that he has enough information?
He doesn't monitor any news. That one you saw him watching Akwa Ibom was stage managed. Understand me? That is just a showmanship. So how did they know what to know? The channel that Tinubu tuned to in his house. So those things were arranged. Understand me? And it is the gullible people that will fund for it. So Tinubu, one, APC is a party of propaganda. They were founded, their foundation was on propaganda. Now, somebody who's telling you that his program is coming out in beast, that they said that he had done better than any other president in the country. You heard that. That Tinubu had, in 2 years, had done better than any other government in the country. Any other president in the country. That shows you the kind of party they are. That none of them has soul. S-O-U-L. None of them. These are devil incarnates. So, if you are telling people that your programs is manifesting bit by bit, then you have done better than all the presidents in the past. Go and check. Google is there. Google is there. The primary responsibility of every government is protection of lives and property. Go and Google how many people that died under Jonathan's first 2 years.
Now,
go and Google. Go and Google how many people that died under Buhari's first 2 years, and how many people that died under Tinubu's first 2 years. You know that Tinubu is the worst.
If the Tinubu government cannot clearly, define or confront the deepening insecurity plaguing the country, is it not fair to ask whether it still has the capacity or moral authority to govern this country? I mean, Nigerians should ask questions. I mean, Nigerians should come out. Those that can write like this man, this bishop. It's not a bishop, or it can come out and start writing and start talking about it.
No, sacrifice have been given jobs to do. You heard that Wodo Shoenka was among those that attended the commissioning of a 10 kilometer road.
Then I begin to wonder,
Understand
a whole Wole Soyinka,
Understand?
just going to commission a 30 kilometers.
Going to commission for 7,000 kilometers of road. You build 10 kilometers and you want to go to commission. Understand? You spend billions going to commission a road. And Shoinka has to drive on that road. That's to show you how men are becoming children. To show you how men are losing their faith. To show you how men are losing respect. Understand?
Now, the next question is, how do we now know the person that is right to govern this country, the person with a good heart? Because right now, it's all about God-fearing. Because I can't say that your CVs are there. I can't say your experiences are there. Because we have all these people. We have even the people that have experience, even the people that has a CV, they are not even doing what they should do.
The issue is this. When you want to vote somebody for a political office, that person is not coming from the moon. Check that person's antecedents. Check the character of the person. Understand me? Check the character of the person. What has he done in the past? What has that person done in the past? A good man cannot become a bad man cannot become a good man overnight. It doesn't happen. You can only pretend, but at the end of the day, who you are must always manifest. Who you are must always manifest. So, at the 2 years that's of Tinubu is 2 years of sorrow. It's 2 years of sorrow. It's 2 years of hardship. Then anybody who has a contrary view must be somebody who is stealing from the government. Anybody who says that this government is favoring him is stealing from the government. If not, let him tell me how it is favoring him. Whether he is buying fuel cheaper than me. Understand me? Whether if he goes to the market, he buys things cheaper than me. Whether he exchanges his money cheaper than me. Understand? Or whether his children are paying lesser fees than other people's children. So those who tell you that this government is favoring them are stealing from the government.
Voice of the People 90.3 FM. You're listening to the recap. My name is Amina Jalabi, and I have here with me Faithfulness Uwoke. And of course, you've been listening to the analysts we have in the studio, Peter Anosike, talking about some of these issues. And you're still in the mood of celebration, Eid al-Adha for the Muslims celebration. And we've been doing it here from 4 o'clock, and we draw the curtain at about 6 o'clock. In about the next 30 minutes, it's not up to 30 minutes rather, in the next 25 minutes, 25 minutes, I'm going to be opening the phone lines. But before then, you can drop your messages on WhatsApp as we are streaming live on YouTube at VOP 90.3 FM live. Also, you can drop your WhatsApp chat on 0817 175 6338. And I will not give you the phone lines now, though if those that have my phone lines are already buzzing my phone line, it's not yet time to open the phone lines. But rather, let me take a look back at some of the stories that we've talked about so far. First, we talked about APC hits back at Amechi, Atiku, El Rufai over poverty claims, labels them displaced rent seekers. The second one is, if you want re-election, tackle insecurity. hardship facing Nigerians, Tinubu was told. And the third one is INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu Tinubu blocking opposition from registering new parties. Amici rather, 2 years of Tinubu's no gain, no more suffering, hardship. NLC INEC chairman says that in 2027 we will be referendum on APC's failure. Those are the headlines that we're discussing today, and we've taken about 3 of them. Now the next one we'll be discussing is 2027 will be referendum on APC's failure, says the PDP. Now, the news brief says the People's Democratic Party has declared that the outcome of the 99th National Executive Committee meeting demonstrates a renewed unity among its leaders aimed at repositioning the party. Speaking to journalists in Abuja on Wednesday, the PDP National Publicity Secretary, Debo Ologunagba, stated that the 2027 presidential election will serve as a referendum on the failures of the All Progressive Congress APC-led administration, emphasizing that defections will not be enough to save the president. It will not be enough to save President Tinubu. He said that this at the 99th National Executive Committee meeting at the party was duly convened on the 27th of May. Now, he also further stated that, and I quote him, said, "We have stated severally the need for a review of policy by government. What the people are saying, you take a second look. When you do that, that is leadership. That is strength, not weakness." But the APC believes that when they make a decision, you either take it or leave it. And I'm going to ask you, when it sounds like, yeah, it is about right about this, when the APC believes that when they make a decision, you either take it or leave it. And that sounds like the very first day Tinubu took an oath wanted to take an oath of the presidential office when it said fuel subsidy is gone, without any policy, without anything put in place. It was like take it or leave it. And that is how we have been going. That is how the policies have been coming. And it keeps on, we keep on saying that the hardship of Nigerians are getting much. The poverty, the still rise in poverty, in inflation, and APC keeps saying, take it or leave it. Now, the question is, Anasike, the PDP says 2027 will be a referendum on APC's failure. Do we see that actually true? And do you think Nigerians are actually saying it that way, that, okay, APC should not be voted for in 2027?
Well, let me start with the 99th meeting, understand me. One, if he is deceiving himself, understand? The National Public Secretary of PDP is deceiving himself. He is living in denial. If they are still hoping on PDP, they will be messed up at the end of the day. Just like P2B will be messed up if he's hoping to run with LP, because at the end of the day, whoever is going to run with PDP, if it's Atiku, he will not get that ticket. If P2B wants to run with Labour Party, he will not get that ticket. So the earlier they know this, the better for them, because the crisis in PDP will not end till after the 2027 general election. The crisis in Labour Party will not end until 2027 general election is over. So what he is saying that they are now that or they are stronger, he is deceiving himself. If they want to be strong, they should leave PDP. If P2B want to run as a strong candidate, he cannot do that under LP. Because if he wants to run under LP, he will not get ticket in 2027. I can bet with anything. Understand? Few months to the primary, Abuja will come up with a candidate which INEC will recognize. So it's a simple thing. So they should open their eyes. So all this trying to 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 use carpet to cover a burning fire is going to backfire both on P2B and Atiku. So on the statement that 2027 will be a referendum on Tinubu, that's what election is supposed to be. Understand me? Election is an appraisal of one's performance. Understand? Just like a student in school, after teaching you for maybe 3 months, they will set an exam for you to know whether you actually understood what you were being taught in the last 3 months. So, election is an appraisal. This man that promised us ABCD in his first term, how many of them was he able to do? Did he fulfill his election promises, or did he renege on them? That's what election is supposed to be in a civilized society. And that's why an incumbent lost election in Ghana, because the people, Ghanaians, felt that their life was better 4 years ago than in 2024. So it was a referendum on the immediate past president of the country. The same thing happened in America. Americans felt that their life was better under Donald Trump than under Joe Biden. That was why they voted for Donald Trump.
Yes.
And every sincere Nigerians, I always use that word sincere, because there are a lot of hypocrites in this country. There's a lot of psychophants in this country. So when I talk, I use that word sincere Nigerians. Every sincere Nigerian know that his or her life is better 2 years ago than now. Understand me? So we don't want to continue with suffering. So what every part of the world is talking about, take us back to where you pick us from. And it depends on Nigerians. If they want to continue with the suffering, fine and good. Ours is to enlighten the people. Ours is to give the direction. Ours is to open the gate. Understand me? Let those who want to walk. Understand me? So the job of a football coach, a football manager, is to train the boys. He will not follow them into the field. Understand me? So if Nigerians say that what they are having now is good for them, it will not break my head. Understand me? So in 2022, before the election on this chair, I say, if Nigerians, if you vote wrongly, prepare to suffer. I said it.
Yes.
Understand me?
You did.
I said so. So what is happening now? So I'm still warning again in 2027, because World Bank has already predicted that poverty will worsen in 2027.
Do you think, if you're talking about, okay, Nigerians should take the bull by the horn, go out there, vote, and if they know what to do, if the sufferings are not, okay for my fellow Nigerians, because I'm a Nigerian as well. Now, do you think that their vote actually counts? That's another thing. And looking at the standpoint of the president is everywhere. Don't you think that is also an avenue that, okay, an average Nigerian will say, oh, he has taken over almost all the states, and do you think that I don't think my vote will count? That is also, will be an average Nigerian will also be thinking about that. Look at, we are seeing in the news, this one has affected to APC, this one has gone to APC, this is what is happening, we're taking over APC. How do you convince that kind of Nigerian that, okay, if you don't vote for APC in 2027, my vote will count, or rather their vote will count?
Excuse me, Amina, Wouldn't you say because there's no job in the country, you would not go to school?
Okay.
Wouldn't you say that?
And of course not.
Sure. So you will not say because your vote will not count, you will not vote. So about 1.9 students took the last UTME. Why businesses, companies are folding down in the country? Understand me? So you cannot say, companies are folding down, there's no job, I will not go to school. So do your own first. Understand me? Do your own first. Exercise your civic rights. I said it on this program that refusing to vote is not a protest, it is a surrender. When you refuse to vote, you are just helping the government in power to continue. So Nigerians must not bother about INEC or no INEC. What I'm saying is everybody should come out and vote.
Talking about the INEC chairman, let's go into the next story. INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu, Tinubu blocking opposition from registering new parties, says by Amaechi revealed this rather. And in the news brief says, as Nigerians prepare for the 2027 general elections, former Governor Rotimi Amaechi has accused INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu of blocking the registration of new political parties. Already, it said, and I quote, already is stopping parties from being registered. This was disclosed by Mr. Amaechi in an interview on Tuesday on media. Already, INEC has taken sides as it is no longer an umpire. The so-called reforms put in place by INEC are not to anyone's advantage because there are no political parties to compete in transparent elections. And now the former minister also slammed the President Tinubu's administration for being notorious for disregarding laws, accusing it of deploying the electoral system as a machine to stifle opposition and enslave Nigerians. He also said, and I quote, what is funny about this government is that they don't even obey the laws. There is a state capture using the electoral system as a machine. Should that be? That should not be, he said. And Amaechi further stated that Atahiru Jega, a former INEC chair, should have been allowed to remain in office. He also said that where there is no electoral reform, there must be a man of conscience, and Jega is a man of conscience. What happened in 2015 was transparent. And now the question is, do we see the transparency coming in 2027? He also, when revealing that this current INEC chairman are opposing to the fact that they don't want to, have new political parties. We said last week that when we talked about Obi, if he wants to have an edge, not going on the Labour Party, same party that he went on the last presidential, you advised that it would have been better if there's a new political party. And now, if Amaechi is revealing that that Mahmoud Yakubu is not allowing new registration of political parties, where do we see ourselves headed in 2027?
No, what I said is that INEC would not want to register any political party. That is what I said. But there are other parties that they can move into.
Okay.
And that was my statement, and that still remains my statement.
I mean, how many parties do we have? Do we even have? Let's even start with that. We have the major ruling parties.
Wait, Labour Party wasn't a major party when P2B entered in 2022.
It wasn't.
Understand me? So there are other political parties that way too. Understand me? So it must not be the ones that we are hearing or their names now. So the issue is this one. Starting from the messenger being Rotimi Amaechi, Nigerians complain when the system is not favoring them. Rotimi Amaechi said that Jega is honest. Jega is transparent. The 2015 election was transparent because why? He benefited from the 2015. Understand me? Because he benefited from 2015. But Jega fell under pressure in 2015. Nigerians don't know history, and that's their problem. Nigerians don't research, that's their problem. Nigerians don't spend money on information, that's their problem. Understand me? And information doesn't come cheap, it doesn't come free. What comes free is rumor, understand? What comes free is propaganda. Real information doesn't come easy. So you have to investigate it, you have to go and look for it. In 2011, Jega was the INEC chairman.
Yes.
Then what happened? In that 2011, Jonathan was a candidate of PDP. Muhammadu Buhari was a candidate of CPC. Understand? What's his name? The current national security advisor, Rebadu, was a candidate of AC. That's Tinubu, ACN, that's Tinubu's political party. Understand me? So at the end of the day, what happened? Jonathan Jega declared Jonathan the winner of the election. That was in 2011. All over the north, Jega was declared persona non grata. Why should he declare a Christian the winner in 2011? Jega was sacked. His families were not allowed that to come to the mosque. I'm telling you, Jega's family were not allowed to come to the mosque because he declared a Christian the winner of the election. 2015, what happened? Understand? So, Jega declared Buhari the winner of the election. Jega's family became a star in the north. Understand me? Jega became a hero in the north. This is religious this is now politics. And Jonathan, with his eyes open, saw Jega working against him. Jonathan, with his eyes open, saw Jega working against him. Assuming it was Tinubu that was president then, Tinubu would have sacked him immediately because his working against the presidency was very, very open. But he allowed it. Understand me? So, from then, we know that Nigeria has entered a very serious problem.
Exactly.
So in 2019, I told myself that Mahmoud Yakub would not want what happened to Jega in 2011 to happen to him. Understand me? So, and anybody who is somebody in Nigeria, presidential election is on Saturday. Then on Friday, they went for their Jumat. In all the mosques in the country, what they were saying that whoever votes for a Christian is an infidel. 2015, in all the mosques, what they were, whoever votes for a Christian, good luck, Jonathan is an infidel. So it was a religious war. And I'm happy that a lot of them are suffering it. I'm very, very happy that a lot of them are suffering it. They have voted for a believer, and today, where are they? How better off are they? How many estates have they built? How much do they have in the bank? So until Nigerians open their eyes and begin to vote for competency, the suffering, this is just a 101, introduction of suffering.
Okay. Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We have been doing this all the way from 4 o'clock, and now it's about 2 minutes before 5 o'clock. I'm going to be opening the phone lines. But before then, I will take few on YouTube as we are streaming live on YouTube. Watch the faces behind the voices on YouTube at VOP 90.3 live, and you can drop your WhatsApp chat comment and call via there 0817-175-6338. You've been listening to Amina, and I have here with me Faith, who will be taking some of the WhatsApp comment by 5 o'clock on dot, and you've been listening to Anna CK on analyzing some of those stories. Now that's another question, last question, not quite last question, but before I open the phone lines for people to start calling in, but we can write this down 0803-692-9933. My phone has been buzzing. Sorry, I can't pick your call until it's about 2-3 minutes now before I can pick your call, rather. So now, if President Tinubu can justify it seeking re-election in 2027 when insecurity and hardship continue to devastate million, the question is, how can he justify that? He is not even accepted that Nigerians are suffering. Do you think he has accepted that? In my opinion, I don't think he has accepted that Nigerians are suffering. In your opinion, do you think the president has accepted that Nigerians are suffering?
When you have sycophants and hypocrites around you, they will not allow you that to have a clear picture of what is happening.
So you were saying that is the problem of Tinubu's administration is first from the cabinet.
When you are being told that you have done better than all the presidents before you, understand me? And your head would be, you are now the modern Messiah. So the sycophants around the presidency is a problem. But Tinubu, who is a street man, knows what is happening in the country.
Okay, that's very, very, that's a point I want to hear. But another thing, let's go back to history. Just a brief one. It's about 5 o'clock, but let's go back to history in 2 minutes. Where do you think Nigerians can start from? Let's push out all these recent reforms. Now, gradually getting back to where we were, or rather better than where we're coming from, starting from the currency.
Admitting first that your programs and policies are not working. Admitting first of all that what you are doing is not working. Admittance is not a sign of weakness. Saying I'm sorry is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. That's what people don't know. I am sorry is not a sign of weakness. Understand? That's what other leaders of the world has done. Understand? Because when you feel that that what all you are doing is right, whoever has any idea will keep it in his pocket. So the first step is to admit that that their policies and programs are wrong, that they are helpless, that they need help.
All right, thank you, Anasike, on that. Well, I hope, of course, they're monitoring the stations and they are listening. Your voice here really matters, and your contribution, they are listening. I mean, we'll keep talking about this. It's about time to start picking your calls, and of course, you can start leaving your comment on YouTube. But before then, I'm going to start with YouTube. Ola Adewale says, who are those causing hardship and katakata for Nigerians? But are they unproductive politicians? That's a question. He also said, greetings from ATL, Atlanta, the Peach Estate. He also further said, who created the terrorist monster and bandits that we now envision in Nigeria? But are we really interested in knowing? That's another question. Why would a renewed hope become a renewed siege? Oladiwale, you keep pushing that question to me. I'm not here to ask the question, but you also give us the answers to the question. That would be very, very important. Let's take some of the chat on WhatsApp.
Okay, these are some messages on WhatsApp. This person says, greetings to you, Amina and Mr. Peter Anusike, Prince Ayotek from Arena Market. 2 years of Bola Tinubu brought pains, hunger, severe suffering and hardship to Nigerians. He only borrowed money and shared with senators headed by rubber stamp Senate President Akpabio. Tinubu will pack his loads and come back to Lagos after 2027. If not for cash and carry, Mahmoud Yakubu and compromised judiciary, Tinubu will not have any business in Aso Rock. Let there be a coalition when Peter Obi will be the flag bearer. Let them release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Prince Ayotek, thank you so much for your...
Hello. Hello, good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Mr. Promise.
Okay, you're welcome to the recap, Promise.
Okay, I'm calling from Audio Promotion.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, Mr. Nosika, I give you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So what I want to contribute, already Mr. Nosika, you have said it all. But all those governors that are defecting, what I will tell them that most of them, the next election, they will lose. Then now, for Tinubu, 2 years is a disaster.
How do you know they will lose in the next election? Are you sure about that? Are you going out to
I'm very sure. Those governors that are defecting, I can bet, most of them will lose, will automatically lose the next election. So I know Tinubu very well. Tinubu just wants to use them. But I was sure to them they will lose. Then Tinubu is a failure to Nigeria. Is a failure. These 2 years, in fact, is a failure to Nigeria. And 2027, Tinubu will lose the election. Thank you.
All right, Promise. Tinubu will lose election in 2027. That's for me. So let me take a look back at the headlines that we have discussed so far. APC hits back at Amechi. Atiku El-Rufai over poverty claims, labels and displaced rent seekers. The second one is, if you want your election, tackle insecurity hardship facing Nigerians. And we also talked about the INEC chairman, Mahmoud Yakubu, where Amechi says Tinubu blocking opposition from registering new parties. NLC says 2 years of hardship, then no gains, but more suffering for Nigerians. Last one by PDP, 2027 will be referendum for APC. Hello. Good evening. Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah, we're in the evening though.
Mr. Anosike, good afternoon.
Thank you so much.
You can go ahead, please.
This is John Legend calling from Mushi.
Welcome, John.
My take is this. Number one, I want to ask you people there, as you are a Nigerian. I know you are the one anchoring the program, but I believe you are a Nigerian.
Of course.
Did Tinubu win 2023 election?
My position
Did he won the election?
My position is not to join. I'm asking you, did you think he won the election?
Because when somebody is saying that 2027, even if Tinubu contests for 350 times, or even if he contests in every day, 366 days, Tinubu cannot win Nigerian president. So whoever that is saying that he won, or
John, let's start this. Hold on, John, where are you from?
Did not win any election.
Where are you from?
He was just imposed there by Mahmoud Yakubu.
Okay, where are you from? Where are you from originally from your state?
That's the question. He is a Nigerian.
Okay, I know he's a Nigerian. Where are you from?
He is a Nigerian.
I just wanted,
he is a Nigerian.
I know.
Forget where he come from. He's a Nigerian.
Okay. John, you're going to answer my question. Where are you from? Okay, John, I don't think you should have just let me
He is a Nigerian.
Of course.
Don't bring any ethnicity in this.
I'm not bringing ethnicity into this because if you're talking about ethnicity right now, there's a lot of governors from the South is recommending the president's, recommending Tinubu's administration for 2027.
So don't ask anybody where he or she come from. He's adding his own opinion.
Of course, that's why we're here.
Then why are you asking where does he come from?
He has to hear his opinion. You start from the fact that, if he's from one of the states, talking about the Imo state, if his governor is actually recommending the presidency, would he think that if a whole governor representing his state,
wait, excuse me.
I am not here to
judge. So if Annex Zoti is recommending Tinubu, does it mean that Peter Nosike is recommending Tinubu? Or if Annex Zoti defects to APC today, doesn't mean that Mr. Peter Anosike, who's from Abia, has also defected. We are different entities, so don't ask anybody where he or she come from. He's a Nigerian.
Okay, I understand that he's a Nigerian, so I understand the hardship. I'm also feeling the hardship, and I'm not being judgmental here. I am just here to moderate, and we are also affected by everything that is happening in the country currently. I understand, Anosike, how you feel. Yeah, we're talking about, and our voice have to be heard at this moment. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Your name or where are you calling from, please? You're welcome to the
Who's
recap.
calling from Aja?
Okay, welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. Greetings to Mr. Anosike.
Yeah, I can
Let
hear
me
you,
tell
please.
you,
You can hear
before I go on, the issue of ethnicity,
you.
we will not, is not even the issue now. I'm telling you the truth.
Okay.
And for the station, especially in the evening, that was the other name, Esther normally anchored. There was a particular program she anchored. The whole 2 hours or 1 hour or 2 hours was hovering about ethnicity. It was so irritating. I won't
Okay,
tell
so
you my
in
mind.
just 1 minute, so what exactly
Okay.
it is?
So in 1 minute, what I just want to say is that there is nothing you can begin to talk about this government from morning to evening. It is the same thing. You cannot achieve anything because a government that is, funded on propaganda, the foundation is shaky. There is nothing. The only thing is, let us hammer much on the solution. What is the way out? What I want to push to Mr. Anosike now is, one, we have an issue at hand. If this man is not returned, like the general understanding that the South should produce the next president. So anybody that is coming now, will be comfortable to, if the person is from South, noting that maybe it is the turn of the South, will they be comfortable to stay with will that person be comfortable to spend only 1 term? Will they not be able to absorb that if he wants to go for the second term, or they want to change the status quo? Then with all these people that are, jostling around in the name of coalition, we've not been able to see a arrowhead. So where is the way forward? Nigerians, they are getting impatient because this hardship is just too much. It's unbearable.
Thank you
Nobody
so much.
to cram more
Thank
after.
you. Thank you so
that is just
much.
let him answer me, please.
Oh, okay. He has listened to you. He's going to take that one after the other. So the questions come in. Let's take some WhatsApp messages as well.
Paul and Nazudo, we're going to vote out all defectors. All of them, none shall return to power again. This is a promise. Let Amechi tell us why Buhari failed before going against Tinubu. From Paul Agor Palace.
All right. Good evening. Hello. Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening, my dear sister.
Good evening.
Yes, and I greet Mr. Anosike.
Oh,
He's
he's
a man I
listening,
respect. Yes, I respect him very well for being able to stand and say the truth at this time. And there's something I always say, my dear sister. This country belongs to us, and we have the right, at least even if we cannot protest or fight, we have the right to speak.
Yes.
So that they will hear and do the right thing. The level of insecurity in this country is so appalling. Now we live in the south here, where the insecurity is not as prevalent as in the north. But we are feeling it because these people that are dying are Nigerians that are being killed. Now, when somebody makes a derogatory comment on Facebook about the government, they go and pick him up. They know how to get him. They know how to get him arrested and deal with him. But these people, the kidnappers, the terrorists, they make videos too. They show the loot they've gotten. They show how much they are spending. Even they do it with levity. And the government is not going after them. They know where they are. Why are they not going after them? Why do they allow these killings to continue in this country? That is what I don't understand. We need to fight them to go after the terrorists and stop killing Nigerians. The 2 years of Tinubu, I'm sorry to say, because Tinubu is somebody I respected when he was the governor of Lagos. But his 2 years is a colossal failure. Everybody is hungry. There's no food. People are dying. Go on the street. You see somebody well-dressed. You think he wants to preach to you. He's not preaching to you. He's coming to ask you for money. He's coming to beg you for money. You see a family. I'll be going on the street. I see a family, father, mother, and the child. He said, this is my wife. These are my children. We have not eaten for 2 days. Please, can I have some money? You know, you want to shed tears. When you see things like this happening in the country, it's too bad. Thank you very much, my dear sister. Have a blessed day.
Thank you so much. Wow, people are hungry. People are hungry. Nigerians are suffering. We still have a message on YouTube. I'm going to be taking some YouTube comments. Nigerians are not Chidebere Chiwike. Nigerians are not ready to recover Nigerian from these political vampires. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the recap. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Amina.
Good evening.
Madam Amina, I greet you.
I greet you as well.
This is Angelina.
Welcome.
You see, your guest is saying that maybe the president lacks capacity. I don't believe so.
Why and how?
I think the man has capacity.
Okay.
Yes, the man knows everything. He knows what, if he wants to turn Nigeria into a good place, he will do it. But it's just the intention. This man knows what to do. If he wants Nigeria to be better off, he will do it. So nobody should come and tell me that the man doesn't have capacity. He does have capacity. But the willingness to do it is, and then somebody also said that if you contest 3,000 or 350 times, you will not win. The fact is aware of this, and they are aware of it. The people in power, all of them, they know this thing. So that is why they have left the masses, and they are now going to the governors who they believe can rescue them. That's what they are doing. That's why you are seeing this one today has become, the other one has become. Maybe that's where they will get their legitimacy from. But they know that from the votes that you and I will cast, they will never win. So what they are trying to do is to see how the governors, maybe all the taxing governors of Nigeria, will become APC, and then maybe they will force us to, they will force us to when they cast their own vote, the thing will just turn to a victory for them. And the INEC, like you know, INEC is already in their this thing. Judiciary is their own. So there's nothing there. But Amina,
yes.
So all these political parties that are all these people that are, I told you the other time that Abacha, with everything that he had, all the parties in Nigeria, they said no, nobody in Nigeria is better than Abacha. That Abacha alone will stand. Do you understand?
Yes.
Every party in Nigeria, the state, Abacha will be the one that will go. Every other person doesn't have sense. It's only Abacha. But God was better. God knew better.
Yes.
Go and ask Abacha what happened to him.
Oh.
I mean, I'll go and ask Abacha. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's take more on WhatsApp. Good evening, please. If we say that INEC will not allow for new political parties to be registered, have the coalition approached INEC to register a new party? If they have, did INEC refuse? And what was their reasons? We have to find out before accusing INEC, a maker from Apeson Estate. Imagine how cement costs now. My dear, let's keep on fooling ourselves. The real truth is that our vote doesn't count. Therefore, coming 2027, we don't want to vote again.
Hello.
Hello.
Amina, good evening.
Good evening. Your
Am I clear now?
Calling from? Yes, you're clear now.
Okay, good evening. This is Joval.
Welcome, Jovel. From where?
I'm doing great. Mr. Peter Anosike, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
And I hope faith is there to Adita.
Good evening.
Yeah, Mr. Peter Nosike, I really want to say that the capacity, like you mentioned, for me, it looks like the problem. He lacks capacity as well. But in the area where somebody said he is the best president, he has done better than every other president in the history of Nigeria. I think that person is speaking in the negative side of the whole thing. Nobody has done what Tinubu has done as a president in this country. Who has ever taken a bag of rice to the percentage that we are buying it today in the history of Nigeria? Is under the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government. Who has made it impossible for this country that a bag of pure water is now sold for 400 naira? No, from 100 naira when Tinubu arrived office. Only Tinubu has done that. You can see that house rents, everything went up astronomically. Let me use that word. Immediately Tinubu assumed office. So why would somebody say that nobody has done what Tinubu has done? Tinubu is the best, according to them, because he has impoverished Nigerians more than any other president in the past. So he is doing well, according to them. But one thing is certain, anybody can sing the praise of this government. Anybody can worship this government. But I tell you, Amina,
yes,
when the majority of the people are saying that a government is not doing well, I think that is the right position of things. This government is not doing anything. This government is the worst. Forget about that thing they are telling you, all those propaganda. APC was founded in propaganda, and they live in propaganda. In fact, I am not even sure that they are aware that they are in government already. How can you win governance with propaganda, and you still want to be running it with propaganda since how many years? It means that they are still sleeping. I want to end my conversation now using that proverb from Indian proverb quoted by good Lord Jonathan. These guys are pretending that they are sleeping. So it is very hard and difficult to wake them up. Good evening.
Good evening, Joval. Those guys are pretending they're sleeping, and it's very difficult to wake them up. Who will wake them up? Nigerians, we have to wake them up. Our voice will wake them up. Now, this from WhatsApp, they say most people get ruined by praises instead of being saved by criticisms. We have a president that doesn't take criticisms. It's bad, and he's even bold to say it out in public. It is a show of shame. And why must the INEC president come from the north? Honestly, anything called Nigeria can never ever work because we are a tribal war and religion crisis. I go by the name that get to products. Oh, is that a name? Okay, good luck to your name. Good afternoon, Mr. Anosike is a biased man. Is the one anchoring the program? Okay, calling people names and trying to create one-sided notion so people don't have the right to have opinion. You have a right to your opinion. Must people align with them always? Yet it can't. Okay, Yomi from Lagos. Yomi, okay. Good evening, Amina. 2 years of President Tinubu is nothing to write home about. What's your name? You didn't put your name there. I'm not going to take any chart that doesn't carry your name. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Amina.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good evening. Zan of Teacher.
He's listening.
Yeah, I think that we have serious problems like that. Our problem is not just that.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, it's better now.
Okay, yeah. I watched and listened to it.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Okay, I think the network is glitching. We're trying to you're breaking up. So
Don't set it up. Anyhow,
Oh my God. You said I shouldn't cut it. I'm trying not to cut it, but I have to because I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you clear, very clear. And
yes, I heard you when you said, am I hearing you? Maybe you should stay on one angle that is network so that I can hear you well.
Okay, let me move a little bit.
Okay, I'm not cutting the call.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, well, let me just go straight to the point before the network goes out again.
Okay.
Tinubu is
I walk, I go past a place, a woman with 3 children. They were eating food from the dustbin. I cried about it. You see, entirely I asked my that was eating food from the bin. They just posted a party there. And the woman was on the bin eating food. I was having eating the children. And someone is saying that Tinubu doing well. I watch people today running from their house to there. He picked up a classified file. Nobody told us what they classified as. None has taken any comment. People are dying every day. And saying, all of them.
I promise I'll pick up your call. I already have your number stored on my head. So just please try to call back because we're having glitches in your network, probably your side. So this says, good afternoon, Mr. Anosike, of taking that. Good evening, Amina. In 2 years of President Tinubu is nothing to write home about. Hello, good evening. Your name and where you're calling from. Welcome to the recap.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you. My name is Malam Usman. I am calling from KC.
Oh, welcome.
Thank you. You see, it's not all about either APC or PDP, either APC or ABGA, either APC or Labour Party comes 2027. It's all about APC and Nigerian. And by the grace of God, if all the 36 state governors in Nigeria like today, let them become to APC, most of them will regret their action. And I believe strongly that after the primary election of the APC, there will be big explosion in APC. The APC will not even condemn some of them, and they cannot come back to where they left. They have left. And let me tell you, the worst thing that have happened to this country, Nigeria, since 1960 is APC, because APC is even more deadly than COVID-19 and Ebola. If you know, immediately APC came to power in 2015, Ebola finding its way to Nigeria. Secondly, between end of Buhari's second term, COVID-19 also arrived, and monkeypox and Lassa fever. So this party is deadly than any type of sickness in this world. So we have to stand firm by the grace of God. It's not about that we should forget about that. The 2027 election is between us and the APC, and we are going to be police on ourselves to monitor our vote. We are going to be vice to the INEC chairman because he cannot do it alone. We are going to stand and make sure that before 12 o'clock on Monday, if the announcement is not made on Sunday, on Monday before 12 o'clock by the grace of God, so that Nigeria will say Tinubu, bye-bye. Thank you very much. God bless.
That is a spirit. Now let me go to YouTube. I'm taking comments on YouTube. Nigerians are not ready to Chidiebere Chiweke. I think I've taken that. Silver Amazing Kid Story says, why won't the Southeast governor support Tinubu when he has increased the allocation and the poor masses are suffering every day while the politicians are gallivanting and enjoying their lives? Emeka Ekuma, I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that well. Please, what is the cause of this hardship? Okafor Maxwell, a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. Nigeria must unite and fight her common foe, which is economic hardship, poverty, inflation, insecurity, etc. Tinubu has no business. Tinubu has no business in Asarok. Buruku, good evening. Let more messages coming in. I'm going to be taking some on YouTube as my colleague here is going to be taking some on your WhatsApp chat.
Okay, this is another message on WhatsApp. It says, good evening, VOP crew. The truth about Nigeria is that as a people, we don't deserve good government. Nigerians has character bankruptcy syndrome problems. Leadership comes from the people, so we can't have good government with the kind of people that we represent. The monkeys are the same, but the forest has changed. Both APC, PDP, AC, Labour Party, etc. are the same people that has been prostituting from one political party to the other. So the only solution to transform such country is for the people to change their minds, if possible. Tarila Jeff from Banana Island.
27 minutes gone past the hour of 5 o'clock. Rather, we've been doing it all the way from 4 o'clock on the recap here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. And we are actually talking about very, very not just interesting, sensitive, informative issues and serious issues. Issues we need to talk about for it to get to the appropriate places. Here, your voice matters. Here, they are listening. Here, you let them hear your voice. Okay, and we have talked about we've taken a few stories, and let me just go back to the headlines. We're talking about APC hits back at Amechi Atiku El-Rufai over poverty claims, labels them displaced rent seekers. The second one we took is, if you want re-election to tackle insecurity, hardship facing Nigerians, Tinubu was told. Then INEC, we talked about INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu. Amechi revealed that Tinubu blocking opposition from registering new parties. 2 years of Tinubu, no gains, but more suffering and hardship. That's by the Nigerian Labour Congress, Joe Ajero. In 2027 will be referendum on APC's failure. That is PDP. And keep more of your messages coming in. Hello. Okay, I think I lost that call on WhatsApp. Please do call again back on WhatsApp. So many more on WhatsApp chats. Good evening to you in the studio. Tell your guests that Peter Obi, that is marketing as the market himself long time ago, because it's on record that Peter Obi as a governor kept Anambra State money into his family bank, despite Anambra State's lack infrastructure development. And same Peter Obi, who cannot live in a state where he ruled for 8 years, and is unfortunate. And for Rotimi Amechi, For Rotimi Amechi, who is deceiving himself, claiming is hungry after spending 24 years in government, that is your coalition member, that is Nigerian politicians from you, Adeshino Wasiu from Ikorodu.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Paul from Egbeda.
Paul from Egbeda, welcome to the recap.
Yeah, to correct that wrong information, Peter Obi lives in Anambra State. He lives in Onitsha. Please, that information is incorrect. And the money that he banked for Anambra State, he mentioned the 3 banks. He banked it. No one belongs to him or to his family. So that's another wrong information. That should be corrected. Again, since I was born till date, this is the worst Salah celebration I have witnessed in my lifetime. Everywhere is empty. There is no fun. There is no celebration on the street. There is no party. Streets are empty. People are just walking around. There is nothing to celebrate. And I tell you, as I always say, 2027 will be a referendum. The Nigerian people that are suffering.
Oh, please, Paul from Megbed, I would really appreciate you do call back. That was very, 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 very interesting. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Amina.
Good evening. Your name, where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from Munshi.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah.
Yes, he's hearing you.
Amina, to be honest with you, I'm not happy.
Why now?
Because this government, this APC government, is like a virus. Because I don't even understand. The vote you are saying 2 years. You are still spending for not that.
Hello?
Hello, can I hear you? Can you hear me?
Yes.
So, what I'm saying now is that Tinubu 2 years, they haven't offered anything. It's a very disaster to Nigeria. And I promise you, in 2027, we are going to vote him out. We are voting him out. 2027. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. More on WhatsApp message. Good afternoon, Amina. I don't think you are in Nigeria with us, because this is the worst administration I have ever seen. You're in the studio. Come out or go to the street and verify all of these things. Thank you, Matthew from Ijigo. Thank you
Hello.
for calling back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And I was asking
what
you
I
that,
was
are you
saying
a
before,
Muslim?
I am giving you something that can be proven. If you go to the streets of Lagos, you go to any part of this country and interview people and know how they are feeling and what they have in mind. 2027, we don't care about political party. Even if it's a political party that is born today, Nigerians, 85% of Nigerians will line up to vote against APC. It does not matter about religion or tribe or race. The Nigerian people are going to unify, and what have brought us together is poverty. And we are going to tell APC that the worst thing we have ever seen as a nation is since 2015, when APC ascended to the throne or being the ruling party in Nigeria. Nigeria have gone from better to worse. Imagine the biggest economy in Africa is now the 5th in Africa. The capital poverty of the world. Look at out of school children, going into millions, about 15 million children out of school. House rent has gone to the roof. Feeding is not easy. Jobs are being lost. Companies are closing down. There is no way Nigerian people will vote for APC 2027. Let me remind us again that the people enjoying in this country is less than 10% of the population. About 90% of Nigerian populations are suffering, and that 90% will come out to vote against APC. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul from Egbeda.
I want to say something. You asked a question, is he a Muslim?
Well,
you don't need to be a Muslim to know what is happening.
Well,
in the other side, that you see people tying rams in front of their houses. How many did you see? How many did you see? So that question, are you a Muslim, shouldn't arise. Understand me? Okay. Even if you are a Muslim, if Christmas is going well, you will know.
It's just a questioning. It's just a question. So, hello.
Amina, good evening.
Good evening. What an exciting
Mr. Anosika, the greet you.
I love that
Thank
energy.
you so much.
Yeah, Batters calling from Egbeda.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah, Amina. This man government have crippled many Nigerians. Nigeria, they are in hell now. Could you believe this Salah is only 2 people bought a ram in my street?
Really? Wow.
Yes, I'm telling you the truth.
Wow.
There is one man that you normally buy you buy like 1 cow, then buy like 4 rams every year, Salah. But yesterday, this man managed to kill one, and he did not open his gate wide again. He just, by invitation, if he come, he call on phone, they open the gate, he enter, they lock the gate back. Because the man don't have what to use and sustain millions of people again.
Wow. And people
This type of problem is this.
Wow.
And some governors, they are defecting to APC. If they like, let all of them defect to APC. I think they are going to rig the election for Tinubu. Let us see how they are going to do it. We are ready for them. 2027 is another different ball game. Let us forget about 2023. But 2027 is another different ball game. Let them wait for us. Thank you, Amina.
Thank you. Wow. Zanziki, you want to say something? And I really got speechless because it's quite right about this ram thing. We don't have a lot of people killing rams these days. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Your name or where you calling from? Welcome to the recap.
Thank you. My name is. I'm calling from Ikot.
Welcome.
Thank you. Everybody is shouting 2027. So now after 2027, what is going to happen? Nothing. Tinubu is continuing to rule for 8 years, complete 8 years, and even if he cannot take it, we rule 9 years. So nobody will remove Tinubu in power. Nobody. Who is that? Who? How many votes? If you give Atiku Abubakar 200 votes, 200 million votes, and give Tinubu 1 million votes, you will still rule. Forget, your vote will not count. You rule 8 years. Yes.
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Remy. How is Salah over there? You should send my
ladies and a
salami
gentleman.
too. Because I've not eaten salami today at all. I mean, yesterday I never tasted one. It's
You
due to the
see,
hardship of the country. What a pity.
it is Bulubala economy.
Remy, please go straight to the point today. I can't wait. Okay.
I'll be quick.
All right.
You see, I usually lately have been so reluctant to speak about this poverty-friendly and anti-prosperity party called APC. But the point I want to make today is this: why are we here? We're here because Nigerians have not been taking responsibility. Mr. Peter said a moment ago, you must not say because of what they are doing to you, you want to abandon election. It is the election that have low turnout that riggers rig. Election that have high turnout. It happens in Gambia, it happens everywhere. Nobody can, because those who turn out in mass, they really mean business. And politicians cannot dare them. Look, you must acknowledge the power you have as a people. Your oppressors are not powerful. They only use terror to scare you off. Stand up for what you believe in. Somebody was talking about character a moment ago. Let us begin by election. They've had 2023. 2027 is coming. Make up your mind. Go and vote. If you don't vote, they will rob you and make nonsense out of your life. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Good evening. Go out and vote because next week, some of us, anyway, we've started. We have 10 people last year could kill Salaram. This week, in a street, 2 people. In fact, by next year, by 2027, if you don't vote, don't do what is right, maybe at all anybody will even be able to, do Salah. Ola Adewale from YouTube. Miss Amina, you did not read my message. Ola, you left me about 4 to 5 messages. I have taken them, starting from who are those causing hardship and katakata for Nigerians, but are they unproductive politicians? Yeah, you've asked me a series of questions. Why would a renew hope become a renewed siege? Those are part of your questions that you've thrown at me, and I expect an answer from you. Now, Isaac Vincent, please tell the man at ABC from Ikorodu to change his same message. He sends every day to VOP programs about Obi. Don't you have another different contribution to give? Wow, that is you're quite taking note of a lot of things. That is good. Hello, good evening. Your name and where you coming from, please?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
This is Dara from Lagos.
Oh, okay. Welcome.
I've been sending messages to you, but you didn't know intentionally. You didn't want to read it. No problem.
Dio.
Now, the attributes.
Oh my God, Dio, this is actually the first time I'm hearing your voice.
To enter through the back door of INEC and judiciary. Also to cripple all institutions and compromise them. So I'm not surprised. So the attributes of a ruler will tell you to tighten your belts while they live their luxury life. They'll tell you to endure the pain while they are buying jets and yachts and they are buying this escalade, this thing. They are enjoying they are enjoying their luxury life. So I'm not surprised. So this is what Kekere Ekun, what do you call it? Arwola and Yakubu has forced down the throat of Nigerians, and that's why we are in this nightmare. So I'm not surprised with all these their psychophancy, like those what do you call it? Those their psychophancies that they are propagating all this falsehood and all these things. So Nigerians now, we have seen the difference between a ruler and a leader. So it's now left for us to be able to vote out these jokers out of power, because it's glaring that the worst of us presently are ruling the.
Dio, this is my first time hearing your voice, and I was going to take your message personally and not let Faith read your long written prophetic messages. But good, you called in. Good evening. Since the politicians are regrouping and forming alliance, we the citizens should also be regrouping and forming alliances too. They never care about the people or seek for our opinions before defection, meaning we don't matter. Tinubu's government is the only government that was declared winner and are still playing opposition to those INEC claimed they lost chief from Chief Udo. So I'm going to be wrapping this up in about a few minutes. VOP, good afternoon. My name is David from Eco Radio. Please note this: Tinubu has nothing genuine to offer. Everything about him has been controversial. He claimed he commissioned 30 kilometers Lagos Calabar Express Road, while the total he commissioned was just 15 kilometers. I call on Nigeria to be positive, get the PVC and vote APC outcome. Good evening, Amina, Mr. Anosike. This is the worst government we've ever seen. May God deliver us from people from the hands of Tinubu. God will rescue the masses in 2027. The ultimate power belongs to him. Tronos from Amuwo Odofi. Hi, Amina. Imagine when Buhari was leaving, he said, don't worry, when I leave you, people will miss me. The question is, I want to ask is, why is it that the past administration is always better than the next one? The rate of decline and rot in the system due to corruption and tribal bigotry has gotten to its peak in the country and is now a very dangerous cancer to our country's bloodstream. Sean, okay. Please tell your guests you should stop spreading fake information. He said the Muslim in the last election tell the Muslim during the June March prayers. A Friday before the general election that Muslim must vote Muslim. That is not true. Additional.
2015, they said that in the mosques. 2015,
okay.
They said that in the mosque.
I mean, I have a ram that died during a ram fight. Can you eat that? You want to give me a ram that died during a ram fight? What's your name? Chief Udo, why now? Is this not... Good evening. If Atiku combined with Peter Obi's advice, Tinubu can never win because Tinubu will not be able to read election in the north. Secondly, Tinubu will not be able to read southeast with Peter Obi's advice. So how can Tinubu win in 2027? Emeka from Abeson Estate. Good evening. Tinubu's government is very worse, but Peter Obi that served under Abacha while other democracy agitators were fighting, protesting, and being killed by Abacha, it can't reap where it didn't sow. It did not conduct elections into local government throughout a state as a governor for 8 years, yet he's always talking about rule of law. I will prefer Solido from the east, Yomi from Lagos. Okay, any more messages on our YouTube? The recap, we are doing this. We have been doing this rather from 4 o'clock, and in about less than 10 minutes, we'll draw the curtain on today's program. But before then, keep your charts coming in as we have just about 6 minutes to wrap up the program. We talked about headlines. APC hits back at Amechi. Atiku El-Rufai over poverty claims, labels them displaced rent seekers. The next one is, if you want re-election, tackle insecurity, hardship facing Nigerians, Tinubu told. And INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu, Tinubu blocking opposition from registering new parties. That was revealed by Amechi. 2 years of Tinubu, no gains, but more suffering and hardship. NLC president. Hello, good evening. You're more calling from.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. I have just 1 minute for you.
Good evening to your guest.
Good evening. You can go ahead, please.
I've been calling since we don't want to pick my call.
I'm so sorry, but there's a lot of call coming in. I'm glad I picked yours now.
Let me go straight to this point.
Okay.
What I want to say is that sometimes when I look at what is happening in this country, I've been asking myself whether these are teachers, whether they don't have conscience. And this kind of thing, they cannot find it to another country. Yeah? Everywhere, lies. They told us last year, November, so December, that if our refinery, maybe 2 or 3 will be working. Okay, look at till now. Nobody see anything working. Everywhere, people are complaining, crying. Yeah? I don't know what to do again. What I want us to do, this coming election, let everybody come and vote. And if we then try to leave that election again, then let everybody, shut this country, down so that they will know that we have power. Let all the companies, all the businesses, all the offices close until they reverse the what they did, or until they cancel the election. Because this thing is too much.
Thank you. Thank you. This thing is too much. I have just 2 minutes before I wrap up. Amina, come on. Stop asking, are you from? Where are you from? Where is a Nigerian? Are you a Muslim? They have eyes to see what is happening. Wrong presentation, Elder Deacon or Mafoliku Oshudi. Okay. Keep your messages coming in. Even if it's about me, I'll pick them. Don't worry, it's fine. Daniel have called in. Okay. Any more messages on YouTube? We have taken major from YouTube. Hello, good evening. My last caller for today.
Oh, hello.
Good evening. Your name,
My
where you calling
name
from?
is Sean.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm calling from Lagos.
Okay. Welcome.
Yes, I've listened to so many people's response, and my bit of a joy is that Nigerians are now coming to this awareness and consciousness that our politicians are the common enemy.
Okay, great.
Even the present president, even those of us believe it. And I told my people, they call them bastards, but now they are the ones shouting the big power. So now the solution should be that unity of purpose is it.
Hello?
That would be like hello, can you hear me?
You stop that unity of purpose. You're saying something on that.
Yes, there should be unity of purpose on the sides of the people. The people should put away sentiment, tribal sentiment and all. And I want our people to realize that without even with the Yoruba people, Obi couldn't have won Lagos. So they should know that it is not about tribe, but it's about our common enemy, these politicians. So we come together and defend our votes. You understand? Let us align because the president has aligned with the governors. They are our enemies. That's where it is. And we should align together against them. May God help our alignment. God bless you. God bless you, my dear.
Thank you. Amen. Let's unite as one, and our voice comes powerful when we come as one. Ade from Lagos, good evening, VOP. The attribute of a ruler is to give full statement of telling Nigerians should bear the pains, give assurance. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Where do I stop this? Making the people's lives so hard, corrupt, and above the law, compromiser of institutions cannot offer anything but lies, eye service, excuses, propaganda. That is why we are in this nightmare. It's a shame the worst is running the best of us. Truly, there was a country. Ade from Lagos. Ike from Agbado, Mr. Nasiki, always emotional. Him, okay. All right. Thank you for so many of you that have called and contributed one way or the other. And YouTube, I took all your messages on YouTube. Oladewale, I took your messages. Emeka, I took your messages. Okafo and so many. Isaac Vincent, I took your messages on YouTube. Thank you so much. And it was a great one. We see you next week, same time on the recap. Like I said, don't offer me that dead ram that you said it's already dead. It's not cool. It's not nice. That's not healthy. Faith, you want to say something?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, Faith said nope. All right, Ms. Anosike, you want to say something?
People united can never be defeated. So let Nigerians unite.
Yes. People united can never be defeated. That is very, very important. We're stronger when the voice is one, and that is the power of your voice. And here, voice of the people, make your voice count. Thank you so much. Have a very, very beautiful, lovely holiday ahead. Bye for now.